Did you know that more than 2 billion people in the world don't have access to electricity? And without electricity, there can be no development, no education. A fact that Robert Freeling, nicknamed the man who wants to light up Africa, has well understood. Watch.
Every night, the planet lights up. Yet one continent still remains in the dark: Africa. 2 out of 3 Africans don't have access to electricity. An energetic poverty condemning 600 million people to live in obscurity.
Le noir, c'est pas bon. Il faut que ça soit clair. Tu vas voir partout. Mais si c'est noir, tu ne vois pas. Même si c'est tout près ici, tu ne vois pas.
One American decided to try and change the state of affairs. Robert Freeling heads an NGO that helps these populations.
The first time that I experienced what it was like for families to live without electricity was in China back in 1994. And we installed these simple solar home systems, and I got to see families flip a switch and have an electric light come on for the first time in their lives. It was a very moving experience for me, well, and for them too, of course. I mean, can imagine living for centuries in darkness.
For 15 years, courtesy of his association, Freeling has traveled to the most far-flung corners of the world. In Asia, Latin America, and especially Africa, he gave light to those who were deprived of it. Not with coal or oil, but thanks to solar panels. Throughout the world, 1 million people are already benefiting from Robert Freeling's installations.
Solar energy is ubiquitous, right? The sun is going to shine wherever you are in Africa, and so it is the perfect solution. It is absolutely the most sustainable, the cheapest long-term, and the best for the environment, both locally and globally. If Africa were to rely on fossil fuels, right, to develop over the next 20 years, that would have disastrous consequences for the planet. So we have to find a better way for Africa.
We're in Dunkassa, North Benin. 90% of the population doesn't have access to electricity. Here, Robert gets a hero's welcome. His solar panels saved this village from famine. 6 months per year during the dry season, the farmland was so arid that nothing would grow. Today, solar energy powers an electric pump that draws water from the river and irrigates the fields.
When I came the first time 3 years ago, they were very small, and these women were watering the plants by hand, you know, with these small gourds, spending a lot of time walking from the well to the garden, very limiting in terms of what they could do.
Thanks to irrigation, the production has been multiplied by 10. The crops are more varied, and today maize, tomatoes, or even salad grow here.
Le jardin m'a sauvé. Je suis toujours au jardin. On dit comment le soleil peut faire ça? On ne savait pas. On vend et on mange. Et nous mangeons beaucoup ici.
These women can now feed their families all year round, but also earn money and rise from poverty by selling their crops on the markets. Commerce has appeared thanks to solar power, a first step towards development. Yet Robert dreams of doing even more. In the Dunkassa school, the students study without electricity. Class hours and homework are regimented by dawn and dusk. Lack of energy has a direct impact on children's education. For Robert, this school has now become a priority.
Bonsoir, messieurs.
Bonsoir.
Bonne arrivée.
Merci, merci.
Vous connaissez ce monsieur? Non! Ah, il s'appelle Monsieur Bord, Robert Bord.
Vous savez qu'est-ce que c'est l'énergie solaire? Non. Ok, je vous explique. Les rayons du soleil arrivent au panneau solaire. Et le panneau solaire transforme les rayons du soleil en électricité. comme par magie. C'est une chose merveilleuse. Nous allons installer un système solaire ici à l'école.
On l'attend impatiemment en ce moment. Je vais vous aider à ce que ça soit vite réalisé. Il n'y a pas d'électricité, comment voulez-vous qu'on vienne installer l'ordinateur? C'est ça, c'est ça. Alors qu'aujourd'hui, il y a tout se passe par rapport à l'ordinateur.
The association has already equipped several South African schools. Solar panels enable hundreds of children to have access to the internet, a precious source of information, as well as a link with the outside world. This asset helped multiply exam success rates by 2. Energy isn't a priority for humanitarian programs. However, it is vital. At the Dunkasa dispensary, they treat patients affected by AIDS, typhoid, or malnutrition. But without electricity, the doctors are often powerless.
Nous, on a besoin des lits, on a besoin de l'eau, mais la première des choses, c'est l'énergie, là. C'est ça. Si tu fais les soins dans la nuit, le malade là, tu n'arrives pas à le voir face à face comme ça. Il peut souffrir, mais tu ne peux pas tout voir, quoi.
Without energy, it's impossible to plug in the medical equipment, to keep vaccines cold, to operate or help someone to give birth at night. Robert is now trying to get funds from governments and companies so as to swiftly equip the dispensary. He wants to turn this village into a model of development. He's currently working on the most symbolic step of the project, bringing light into people's homes.
Ici, c'est très important que le panneau solaire soit toujours face au soleil. Ouais. Il faut connecter ici, oui. Et voilà, comme ça. La nuit, on peut lire, les enfants peuvent étudier. C'est beaucoup mieux que le kérosène ou les torches, comme ça.
Robert dreams of one day lighting up all of Benin with only the power of the sun. Thanks to him, Africa might skip a stage, accessing energy without resorting to oil. An opportunity for this continent to avoid the energy impasse we're barreling towards.